Jeremy Stanley offers investment advice through Private Advisor Group, which is a federally registered investment advisor. The opinions voiced in this podcast are for general information only and are not intended to provide specific advice or recommendations for individuals. To determine which strategies or investments may be suitable for you, consult the appropriate qualified professional prior to making a decision.
Welcome back to Beyond the Mask, where we explore the heart, mind, and hustle behind the nurse anesthesia profession and beyond. In this special episode, we're blending a little heart with a lot of financial wisdom. Inspired by the popular concept of the 5 love languages, we're exploring how those same principles can apply to your financial planning strategy. Whether you're navigating debt, savings, for retirement, or just trying to get on the same financial page with your partner, this one's for you. Let's talk love and money.
CRNA Financial Planning is a sponsor of Beyond the Mask podcast. Investment advice offered through Private Advisor Group. Nothing in this podcast should be construed as investment advice. Plus, did you know listening to our podcast can earn you Class B credits? For details on how to submit, visit the CE credit section at beyondthemaskpodcast.com. Welcome to Beyond the Mask, innovation and opportunities for CRNAs and advanced practice nurses, with certified financial planner Jeremy Stanley and CRNA Sharon Pierce. Jeremy Stanley has worked with CRNAs for more than 23 years, and Sharon Pierce is a former president of the AANA and the NCANA. Join us as we leave the operating room and learn the latest in the CRNA and advanced practice nurse industries. Beyond the Mask starts in 10, 9, 8, 7.
And today I have a very special guest with me. His name is Jeremy Stanley. Jeremy, welcome to the show.
Thank you. It's great to be here with you. Actually, in the studio today. We don't do this a lot anymore.
I know. We had to figure all our equipment out again.
Oh, well, yes, this is going to be an interesting topic, kind of blending love and hearts with finances, and we know they go hand in hand anyway. So
yeah, so can fight.
Hey, money is the number one reason for divorce.
Oh, honey,
number one reason.
Listen, you've heard me say there's only 2 things you argue about in a marriage: money and sex. And men can never have enough of either. And then whenever you have children, then that's the other thing you argue about after that.
There you go.
Right. And then after they're gone, what do you go back to? Money and sex.
There you go. Wow. Something to look forward to, right?
The wisdom according to Sharon Pierce.
There you go. Well, for those of you who don't know anything about the 5 love languages, this was a book that the author Gary Chapman wrote. Dr. Chapman, I actually know him personally. He is a pastor, preacher locally to this area, and I've known him for many years. Wonderful man.
It's a great book.
It really is. I mean, there's a lot of
practical,
very good practical advice in there. So if you're not familiar with them, they include acts of service, quality time, words of affirmation, gifts, and physical touch. Those are the 5 love languages.
What's yours?
What do you think?
I don't know. I don't think words of affirmation would be it for you. Not at all.
No.
Maybe quality time, because you think in numbers.
Yeah.
So I would think quality time would be something
But
you.
my top 2 are quality time and physical touch.
Well, you're a man.
Yeah,
Every one of y'all are physical touch. What do you think mine is?
Yours would be, I think, acts of service.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
can
Take the
see that.
garbage out. Don't be getting in my face telling me you love me.
Yes.
Take the garbage out.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and everyone's love language, not everyone's is different, but everybody has a different love language based upon what is important to you. And, trying to figure that out in a relationship. And that's what the book is really about. What is your spouse's love language? If, you're taking the garbage out and you're doing all these things and your spouse really wants physical touch.
That's right. I rub his head
That's
on
not
the way
good
out.
stuff, I mean,
rub his head as he takes
you're not,
it out.
your love tank is empty. You have a love tank and your love tank is empty. Or quality time, spending time together, going places, words of affirmation. Oh, honey, you're amazing. I love you. You're the best. Some people want that.
Well, I can
Um,
tell you, mine has changed a little bit to, well, to quality time because
hmm.
his mother lived with us for 5 years.
That's true.
And so I
Yeah.
never had any time with him.
Hmm. Yeah.
So it kind of changed just a little bit. I was okay that the garbage was still there, but let's get in the truck and ride around and talk for a few minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. I'm sure Pierce was like, what the heck is wrong with her?
Well, he asks that question every day anyway.
Well, let's kind of relate each one of these to finances because I think that's,
This is very cool.
yeah. I mean, so let's talk about acts of service. We spend a lot of our life doing service through our work, our job, so we can make money.
Hmm.
And, we provide things like our home, clothing, food, any other needs you have. And most of the time, it's not just for ourselves, right?
Right.
It's, for your spouse, your children, maybe your parents. I mean, we see a lot of sandwich generations now where they're not only taking care of their kids, but they're taking care of their parents as well.
Hmm.
So, and then on top of that, you get done with that stage and in retirement, you want to make sure that your retirement income allows for these acts of service for your loved ones, even though you're no longer working. And that's something when people are doing retirement plans, they don't bank that into the
No,
equation.
I can see me all over this. It's going to
Yeah.
be hard for me.
It's very hard. I mean, think about it. You want to take your family on a family vacation. Everybody's running in different directions. And what do you want to do as a parent? You want to bring them back together like they were when they were little kids.
Have
They've all
all the feet under
gone.
the table
There you
again.
go.
Hmm.
And the grandchildren and bring everybody back in. And the only way you get that is if you pay for it.
That's right.
Yeah. And I see that all the time.
I
It's one of those
never
things.
even thought about that.
Yeah. People don't bank that into the equation and they should.
Well, you
Um,
didn't in our last financial session,
well, I did too.
did you?
Yeah.
Well, you just
Grant's
figured
a
out
CRNA. I mean, they're going
you.
to be able to pay their own way. Shelley's an attorney. You
Yeah,
go.
yeah, yeah. Well, you figured out how they still get left with a lot of money even after. We need to redo some of those numbers there.
Well, yeah, I call that fluff.
Fluff.
Fluff. How much fluff is in the plan at the end? And that's for life's what ifs. What if one of you gets
Sure.
sick? What if you want to take your kids on a cruise around the world? What if you want to buy a new sports car? What if the roof blows off?
You
What
don't want a
if?
sports
What
car.
if?
I can't
What
even
if?
drive Brett's Corvette. I drove it to the hospital one day and I had to park near the grass because I actually had to roll out of it. It's so low
Oh
to the
gosh.
ground.
I didn't even think about that. How do all these old men drive these
I
sports cars and
don't
stuff,
know.
right?
I don't
They go to the
know.
chiropractor twice a day so they can get in.
I'm serious. When I drove into the parking
Huh.
lot, everybody's looking. It's this beautiful blue, metallic blue Corvette. And then whenever I roll out onto the grass, people are like, "Oh,
Like,
it's
what is?
you."
Did she just fall down? We need to go help her up.
We digress.
Oh, yeah. So just things to think about, those acts of service that you want to provide, building that into your plan
Hmm.
for money also takes some effort. So the next one's quality time. That's one of your languages now, Sharon,
Hmm.
quality time. They tell you that quality time doesn't mean I got to spend a lot of money or fancy things to do. It's just time together. Like you said, hopping in the truck and driving down the road together, right?
Hmm.
Spending time together.
Now,
Uh,
quality time with my kids looks a little bit different. There's usually money involved.
That's because you're paying, right? There you
I
go.
love
That's right.
paying.
Yeah. How we relate this back is maybe investing in the markets,
Hmm.
right? It's the time that matters. Best thing you can do is give those investments time
Hmm.
and let them grow. If you're watching the market every day and freaking out, which a lot of people have been this year,
Yes.
is the economy still on track? Does it still make money over the long term? And those are the things you need to think about. I mean, over the long term, the market has always made money. It doesn't really matter if this is a good year or bad year. What matters is my plan on track? Am I still okay?
Mm-hmm.
Markets are going to go up and they go down. The funny part to me, Sharon, is that everybody thinks that when their account gets to a certain level, that that's where the money has to stay.
Well, I get that.
Yeah. But it can't unless you sell it
Right,
because we
right.
know inevitably things go up and down. If you sell at the high water mark and lock it in, and then you can exactly make that work, and you're a mind reader and you can get back in at the very bottom and put it back in, we'd all be stinking wealthy,
That's
but
true.
we're not. And you can't make those decisions. You just can't do it.
Well, I think everybody's got some kind of numbers in their head, whether they want to believe it or not.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely. And I think that's part of it that you've got to be able to flush out at some point, but that's a story for another time.
Amen.
But the keys to success in investing and stay in the market, the longer you're in there, the more money you've got on the back end, and let that money work for you. The other thing is, I know people who are retiring or in retirement and they worry about this market volatility. You do have to understand it. I'm not saying that, but you also, for the majority of people, they need that money to return something for them to meet their goals and objectives. And if you're pulling money out and putting it under the mattress, ultimately you're probably going to lose that game.
Well, I've got to be perfectly honest right this second. I never kept cash. And I know you know this story and you laughed at
Yeah.
me, but I watched Zero Day.
Oh, yeah.
And there was a cyber glitch and they only could use cash because credit cards didn't work, etc. So now I do keep cash in the safe. My daddy always kept a lot of cash in his gun safe, but now I do keep some cash at home
Yeah.
just in case. After I watch that show, y'all watch that show, it'll freak you out.
Yeah. You told me about it and I did watch it. I thought it was it was good. It was really good.
You didn't see the ending coming.
No,
No, and
no,
we won't
no,
blow it
no,
for you.
no.
But now I do keep cash, not in my mattress, but I do have a safe in the house and I keep it in the safe. Just a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, let's go to number three then. Words of affirmation.
So does that mean I call you and you go, you're going to be all right, Sharon? You're going to be all
You're gonna be all right. And it's okay. Don't jump out of the window yet. If I start jumping first, then you jump.
You go first, Jerry.
So words of affirmation, those are, I need to hear these words from you. You think I'm pretty still. You tell me. You think I look good.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me. I love you. You want to hear these words of affirmation. Well, kind of relate that back to my industry. I think a lot of people they're hesitant to meet with a financial advisor or someone because they're
I might find
afraid.
out. Oh, you're doing awful.
Yes, they're gonna say, "Oh, you're in pretty
Mm,
bad shape." Now, I will say I've seen a couple times where I have thought that, and I know I'm not supposed to say that,
yeah,
but I've seen some scenarios where CRNAs in their 60s and have $250,000 saved for retirement, wanting to retire in 3 years. I've seen that scenario.
oh man,
And I just thought to myself, what? What have you been doing? They've waited too late. There's nothing you can do for that person.
you know
Absolutely
what they've been
nothing.
doing,
Oh,
living
yeah,
la la
spending
la.
it all.
Yeah,
They haven't done a good enough job. They are fearing that lack of words of affirmation. Everybody wants to hear from me
sure.
that they've done good.
Well, of
They do.
course.
I mean, it's amazing. They want to know, how am I doing in comparison with other CRNAs? Am I doing okay? Am I on the bottom end? Am I in the middle? Am I on the top? Well, we'll tell you this kind of a little sidebar. The majority of our clients that don't have kids are at the top.
Sure, sure.
Something else, that we always talk about in our office is, gosh, our clients that don't have kids have a lot more money than the ones that do.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, that makes
but
sense.
people want to know that they're in better shape than they thought they were. And at times of volatility, that is the need for people. Markets go up and markets go down, but am I okay? Am I going to be okay? And that really is that words of affirmation, that
Hmm.
soothing. And I will tell you, in our industry, if you have a good advisor, someone that can help you work through that, because money is emotional. People are extremely emotional about it. They make irrational decisions around money. If you've got a good advisor who can tell you that you're okay, then that's worth it.
Sure.
That's worth it.
I agree.
So, yeah. All right. Next one here we're going to talk about is gifts. That's not a big one for me. Even at Christmas and stuff, I feel a little awkward opening Christmas presents or gifts. Like somebody gives me a gift, I feel a little
Really?
awkward. Yeah. I
Really?
don't know why. My son, he loves getting gifts. That is his love. He loves you giving him stuff.
Is he one? I can see Landon being one of those. This is exactly what I wanted.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And you can see it
My
all over his
nephew was
face.
like that when he was little. I don't care if you gave him a rock. I have been wanting this for
Yeah.
so long.
And make you feel so good for giving
Yes.
it to him. Oh
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
My girlfriend Dana, that's her.
Oh, Dana's a gifts girl. Huh.
Oh
Well,
yeah.
I didn't realize that.
Oh yeah.
Interesting. Okay. But yes, I mean, some people's love language are, I need you to bring me flowers and I need you to bring me candy and, you know, I need diamonds and pearls or whatever, you want.
Hmm.
A new car, new house.
Gifts are cool. I do like
Yeah.
gifts, but it does. I'm more of a giver,
Yeah. Yeah.
so sometimes it does make me uncomfortable too. But I get
Yeah.
over it really quick. Pierce.
I guess I've just never really had people give me stuff throughout my life, with the way I grew up. And
Mm-hmm.
so, I mean, not that I never got gifts. I'm not saying that at all, but that wasn't what I look forward to,
Right.
so. But financial gifts, can have a significant
Sure.
impact. I'm thinking of a client right now whose father passed away and had significant more money than she knew about. And, she's right around retirement age
Wow, that's
and it was a
nice.
huge gift that came her way. And it was like a godsend for them.
That'll change your life.
Changed her life. Changed her life. She's going to be able to retire. They're not going to have any financial difficulties. Didn't have a clue it was coming.
Oh,
Did not have a clue it
that's
was coming.
pretty awesome.
But a lot of people want to give those financial gifts to their children. Maybe paying for the kids' college, paying for the grandkids, or leaving some sort of legacy. Now, I'll tell you this too. The majority of our clients, don't come to me and say, "I want to leave my kids rich."
Right.
Yeah, I want to leave my kids $1 million. They don't. They say, "Okay, I want to take care of myself and my spouse and live my life. And if there's something left at the end, yeah, I'd like my kids to get it." But I do have a few that say, "Hey, I want to leave my kids X amount of dollars or I want to do this." And, that's where the gifting can come in the form of all kinds of
Yeah.
scenarios. Maybe you're charitably inclined. You want to leave a gift to charity. I'll put a plug out there for the A&A Foundation. I sit on the board for the A&A Foundation, and we've had some sizable gifts come in from CRNAs who have passed away, things we didn't know were coming. Really sizable gifts. I mean, seven-figure gifts. And all the good that's going to do for the CRNA community out there. So, I think you can make impacts in different ways. Maybe your church, other things that you're charitably inclined for. I mean, maybe your school, a lot of people give to Wake Forest
Yeah.
here or wherever. So,
Well, I can say it is nice to get those kind of gifts. My dad had done very well. And
yeah.
when he died, I go to the bank and there's just, here's a check, here's a check, here's a check
Yeah.
kind of thing. And just a little story as an offshoot. Whenever Pierce's mother moved in with us and she was on oxygen 24/7, and I worried about what if our power went out because we live closer
Oh,
to the coast,
yeah.
so we're more likely during hurricane season to lose power. And so we put in Generac, and I had used one of the checks that come in, and I paid for the Generac. And every time I hear that, it has to cycle on Sunday morning,
Oh,
right
yeah.
at 9 o'clock.
Think about
We've
your
got
dad.
it set. I think about that, and I think
Hmm.
Daddy's still taking care of me.
Oh, wow. Wow. What a great story.
Oh, I love it. It's about to make me tear up just talking about it. Every time I hear it, that
Wow.
man is
Huh.
still taking care of me
Wow.
like Daddy should.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the power of a gift,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, those are, if you want to be able to do that, you've got to plan for it and make sure that that's in the plan.
I didn't have any idea until right at the end of his life because he told me all years, he goes, I'm not giving you anything.
We'll spend it all.
Well, I knew he wasn't spending it. The man walked around with holes in his shirts all the time, and he told the girls that was his church shirts. Holy, holy. And then I find all the new shirts I've given him after he died in the package. Never take them out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I knew he wasn't spending it, but I thought he'd give it to all the grandkids, which he did, significant gifts
Yeah.
to all of his grandchildren, and which I thought that's so crazy. And now I get it. Like the big diamond ring that I wear that the girls fight over.
Yeah.
Madison's getting it. They're not getting it anyway. So I get it now.
All right, and the last one is physical touch, and
Does that mean rubbing $100 bills all over you?
I mean, I guess it could, whatever you're into, So
That might be pretty fun. I'd like to take a bath in $100 bills.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, it
That's
can be
the
done.
visual.
That's for sure.
Why can't you look at me now?
I just see $100 bills. Oh gosh, but physical touch, that's holding hands, kissing, caressing, spooning, whatever that might be. Those are
But you
things.
do it with $100 bills.
Do it with $100 bills. Yeah.
Ben Franklin's.
Well, what's interesting, as technology improves here and I read something a few years back, and maybe it was last year, about Japanese men and how there's a large percentage of them that aren't dating women anymore. They're dating AI avatars.
Oh, yeah.
And it was like 18% of the Japanese men.
It's happening everywhere. I just read another statistic. Can't remember exactly, but a lot of kids in America are going to college and they've never had sex.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speechless, right?
Yeah. Surprising in today's environment.
No, because they have access to so much stuff
so much other stuff.
on the internet.
Wow.
I don't need that.
Interesting. Wow.
The
world has changed.
There goes physical touch right there.
Well, I mean, it is tempting for people to just kind of cut themselves off. Even though we're able to be so in touch with people, they say that we've never been as lonely
Oh, I agree.
as we are now because of that technology as well. So we can get everything we need. We don't have to talk to one another.
Right.
You can be sitting in your house and texting with another person in your house. You don't have to get up. You don't have to go say anything. You don't have to go talk to them.
You know what irritates me? Mike Pierce does, but he does it for a joke. I'll text him something and he might not answer, and then I'm standing right beside of
And
me,
he'll
and he'll
text
text me right then, and it's a joke.
Yeah.
It's a joke, and
Yeah.
and we kind of laugh about it. But
Yeah.
that's the one thing about Mike Pierce. That man, if he thinks of you, he will call you.
Yeah.
You know that.
He did that this week to me.
Yeah. I mean, just
Yeah.
anybody.
Yeah.
Just
He does.
anybody.
He does.
And if he goes by your house and
Yeah.
he'll
pop in.
he'll just pop in.
Huh.
You'll have somebody that you know that passes away and you think, "Oh my God, I just thought about him last week and I was going to call him and I didn't." Mike Pierce will have none of those regrets.
Yeah.
None
Wow.
of them. I mean,
Wow.
he calls everybody, talks to them. Anybody's out there listening, if he's got your cell phone number, he'll call you too. So don't give it to him.
Yeah, well, I think that human interaction, and I think it just goes back to, so many people think they can do so many things on their own, and they do need help, and you need that interaction, not only dealing with your finances, whether it be personally or dealing with your finances with your family and making them understand and become a part of that, especially if you have money. Tell them your wishes, talk to them about what they're potentially going to get. Talk to them about the impacts of that and what you want them to do
with it.
And so many people don't do that nowadays. And years ago, nobody would talk about that. Nobody talked about their finances. It was taboo. Nowadays, I think that there's going to be such a transition of wealth in the United States. You need to let people know what you want them to do with that and how you want them to deal with it. And I think that's very important.
Back to this, how to connect the dots with your field. with the technology continues to improve and people think they can manage their finances on their own.
Yeah. I mean, and you know what? Like I said before, some people really can. There are people out there that really love this stuff and can do it. Now, sometimes I think you've got to be able to remove that emotion from money, and that's very, very hard. I mean, I tell the story all the time. I can remove myself from all of our clients,
Sure.
no problem. I can make logical, rational, reasonable decisions, but when it comes to my own money, I've either got to walk down the hall or I've got to call a friend and say, I'm thinking about doing this. Would you do this? This is my money. I know how hard I've worked to get my money.
Right.
But, it's removing that emotional side. And I think there's online calculators, there's all this information out there nowadays. And I think some people are going to get caught up in that and think they can make those decisions on their own when they really need someone, a human, that will help them work through those emotions, especially during times of stress. Anybody can do this stuff when things are going well. It's when things aren't going well that you need some help and be able to work through it. The 5 love languages, if folks haven't read that and you're married, I would implore you to read
You're
it.
in a relationship.
Yeah, we're in a relationship. That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have to be married to them anymore.
Well,
Which is another thing.
you know what? If you're in
people aren't getting
if you're
married,
not-
the statistics
if you're
are
not
saying.
married in a relationship and you're not getting the love language you want, you just get somebody else. It's a whole lot harder to get out of a marriage.
Oh, snap.
It costs you 50% to get out of a marriage. It don't cost you nothing to get out of a relationship. Boom. Bingo.
The world according to Jeremy Stanley now.
Oh.
Anything you would like to conclude on?
Well, I would just implore people to understand that, money is emotional. You can try and make rational, logical decisions with money, but it can become very emotional. Take a breath before you make decisions around money. Do some box breathing. Sharon knows I do that. Step back and just kind of look at it very objective. If you can't do that, find someone that you can trust that will help you do that. And I think that's very, very important. So we'll leave everybody with that. Thanks for having me on the show today.
Absolutely. It was my pleasure. My
has
pleasure
been-
to meet you
Yes.
and listening to your words of wisdom.
My love languages. Yeah. So, all right. Until next time.
It's a wrap.
Today's show is brought to you by the folks at CRNA Financial Planning, an independent consulting firm that offers financial planning services exclusively to CRNAs and their families. From planning for a child's future college expenses to building a predictable income stream in retirement, the firm is committed to offering you comprehensive financial services, customized to fit your unique needs and objectives. If you have questions about your financial future, get them answered. Call the team at 855-304-3748. That's 855-304-3748. Or go online to crnafinancialplanning.com.